What is going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing well. Come on now. There we go. There's that. That can go, that can go. And that means we gotta take these out. Wait for that to load. Okay, then that's not what I wanted. So we've got conflicting reports basically everywhere today. We are going to be hitting all of the usual food groups as well. We have got quite a bit to talk about. Okay, that's still loading, huh? Okay then. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we probably, yeah, we do. Of course. So we're all good there. All right. So plenty to talk about and plenty to get into, and we can go from there. So I was planning on Grandpa's tonight, but Evan said he needed some help. So that is what we are going to be doing. And we have got quite a bit of hay to cut. And so, moving you guys back here, since you guys don't need to be that close to the screen. Plenty we can get into. We've got an update on Durin. We've got some Tigers. We've got some Red Wings. We've got some Lions. So we have got the full aroma tonight as we are into May. And crops are peeking out of the ground. Weeds are pretty much everywhere. So, yeah. Luckily, though, for the most part, um, I think we are in the clear as far as content goes, because of obviously I've not been on the last couple of days, and well, we need to fix that and get this server going again, along with the rest of our other playthroughs. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's been having a nice week. But I reckon we can get into this. So I have been trying to find the audio for the past 45 minutes, and I have not found the audio of it. Surprising, nonetheless. But Dan Campbell speaketh again. And, well, this time it's on Sam Laporta. And it is concerning regarding the tone in which Dan used, along with the little exchange between him and Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press. So with that, here is your quote from Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell on Sam Laporta. Quote, he kind of got hit in the hip, and it just flared up a little bit. It's aggravated, but we feel good long term about him. We'll rest him for a little bit right here, letting it calm down. Oh boy. Maybe pay attention to where I'm driving. That's always fun. Opener is approaching September 13th. When asked by Dave Burkett, Campbell admitted, quote, I don't know. I feel like we'll be okay, but I don't know. So, concerning nonetheless, basically, here's the deal. If you've listened to me for any amount of time, you know how I am on the preseason. Preseason football is meaningless. But when there is some injury news or certain things out of camp, we will come on here and we will report it. So, with that said, tying this into the last couple of days, with the reports that the defense has been exhilarating out of camp, what is your concern level here? What is the concern meter for Sam Laporta, who, mind you, is coming off of an injury, a back injury, I believe, So, yeah, probably not the best news for a Thursday. With that said, I'm not going to put much stock into the defense. Has been exhilarating as far as the last couple days of camp. But, again, I do want to hear from the people. Because you guys are the paying customers. So I do want to hear from you guys on it. But other than that, we are lending Evan a hand here tonight as we are cutting hay. In fact, in I believe the next episode, you guys will see this slaughter down at Grandpa's, because this is the co-op's slaughter, since Evan is running the co-op. I don't know why that closed, but okay, interesting. We've got an update regarding Jalen Duren. We've got an update regarding the Red Wings. I do plan eventually to do a part 2 as far as Brad Holmes goes. Because I do want to talk about the villain arc, if you will. And quite frankly, I want to talk about real villains. As far as the Red Wings, look, it's in the thumbnail. I'm embarrassed. The way that this organization is running, the report from Friday from Carlos, that it is chaos down at LCA, that the report today from Helene St. James, talking about how they have over 100 names in this. Here is the quote. Right here. Quote, I'm not going to comment on specifics on where we're at in interview process or timeline, because I don't want to paint a picture that, we have a specific date. Yes, we would like to have somebody in by training camp, but at the end of the day, what people should feel really confident about or confident in is that we're turning over every stone and going through a strategic process. So obviously you go through that comment, then you hear that they have 100 names. Mind you, and maybe, maybe I'm missing the mark, but isn't there only 32 teams in the NHL? 100 names? You've got Sean Horkoff running the day-to-day operations. He wasn't supposed to make a trade or make trades or do anything with trades. Yet the Red Wings made a trade today. Yzerman was fired. You have the report that came out on Friday. On top of that, you then have... Okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. You have Bob Duff stating this morning, that as far as we know, there hasn't even been any interviews started with the candidates yet. Then you have Bob Duff's article from the other day. And this has just become a full-on embarrassment. An Original Six franchise, a storied franchise, the Detroit Red Wings, how the mighty have fallen. My God. Over 100 names. And here's where I'm at, personally. Well, first of all, let's start with today. Let me take you through the timeline of this. Today, somebody in the organization made a trade. We have no idea who it was, but based on the reports that are out there, Sean Horkoff is running the day-to-day operations but can't make trades, even though they made a trade today. You got rid of the legend in Steve Yzerman. Steve Yzerman hasn't stepped to a podium. Chris Ilitch hasn't stepped to a podium. Nothing. Then last Friday, you have the report it is chaos down at LCA. You have baseball people, and this is an actual quote from the article. Quote, they're all baseball people. You have baseball people running an NHL franchise. Baseball people running a hockey franchise. Think about that for a moment. And mind you, it's been over a month that Steve Yzerman was fired. Then, at 4:28 today, well, actually, let me go back. Hang on. Okay, so this was... What was... That would have been... Sunday night. Bob Duff releases, unless he's traded, Larkin will show up for camp. Think about what I just said for a moment. Hold on. A month ago, over a month, you got rid of the legend in Steve Yzerman. Steve Yzerman or Chris Ilitch have not stepped to a podium. Nothing. Last Friday, you get the report from the Free Press. Red Wings are hiring a search firm. It's chaos down at LCA. Quote, the baseball people are running a hockey franchise. Then Sunday, you get Larkin will show up for camp. The same captain who requested a trade from the team will show up for camp. Then this morning, Bob Duff saying, that's not what I want. Son of a mother. That's not what I wanted. Come on. Okay. My bad. Hang on here. Okay. As of this morning, Bob Duff, quote, as far as we know, there hasn't even been any interviews with any candidates yet. wait for it, there's more. Then Miss St. James at 4:28 drops the bomb. 100 names. You hire a search firm and they have 100 names. And then, wait, there's more. They make a trade which extremely contradicts the reporting that Sean Horkoff is running the day-to-day operations, yet he can't make trades. Yet they made a trade today. That is how crazy this has gotten. Let me pull up the quote from the article here. Right here. Listen to this nonsense. Quote, I'm not going to comment on specifics on where we're at in interview process or timeline, because I don't want to paint a picture that, we have a specific date. Yes, we'd like to have somebody in by training camp, which starts next month, by the way. But at the end of the day, what people should feel really confident in is that we're turning over every stone, going through a very thorough strategic process. So let me get this straight. The same organization that fired the legend, Steve Yzerman, over a month ago, neither the owner or Steve Yzerman has stepped to a podium. And yet you want this fan base to, quote, feel really confident. You mean the same organization that has 100 names for an interview process to be the replacement for the legend, where there is only 32 teams. On top of that, the guy who is supposed to be running the day-to-day operations in Sean Horkoff can run the day-to-day operations, yet cannot make trades based on the reporting, and yet they make a trade today. But yeah, we should feel really confident. On top of that, your captain wants out. None of the players have spoken, whether it is Mo Sider, Alex DeBrincat, Lucas Raymond. None of the players have spoken. We don't know how the hell they feel. Yet, people should feel really confident. On top of that, the same people telling you to be confident that they are, quote, turning over every stone, have not even signed Simon Edvinsson. On top of that, the new guy, whoever it may be, is already behind because year one is going to be nothing more than a, quote, nothing burger. You have already passed the draft. You have already passed free agency, the buyout deadline. JT Confer, Michael Asmussen is still on this effing team. Yet we should feel confident. I don't like telling people what to do, but I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you what to do here. People shouldn't even show up to LCA this hockey season. If people show up to LCA for this hockey season, they should wear paper bags over their heads. And if you went through this very thorough strategic process to land on Jeff Greenberg or Sean Horkoff, LCA should be bulldozed. And Chris Ilitch should be ran out of town. I'm not even kidding. The GM, the captain, and the owner of the effing team being the problem in this, that is exactly why this franchise has been driven into middle effing earth. A once storied franchise in the Detroit effing Red Wings have fallen that far. Honestly, if you are a season ticket holder, what are you paying for exactly? I'm being serious. Please hold one moment. There we go. But I'm being serious now. If you are a season ticket holder, what the hell are you paying for? Like, I'm sorry, but are you that down on yourself that you want to go and you want to watch the dreck of a product that this putrid ass team is going to put on the ice this season? Are you effing kidding me? But if you're a season ticket holder, I need to hear from you. What exactly are you paying for? What exactly are you going to LCA for? What are you going to see this team do exactly? A directionless, putrid, rat-infested organization is exactly what the Detroit Red Wings have become. And I'm not just talking those little rats either. No, I'm talking about those military rats that you see that are like freaking like the size of me, and I'm like 5'3". But the point is that they're like up to my knee. They're massive. It's ridiculous. Those are the type of rats that have infested LCA. And as I've stated multiple times, I grew up in the 90s. I loved the 90s Red Wings. Yet, here we are. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. We'll get to Duran momentarily. And not only that, but help me out here. Has there ever been, I mean, you have national people talking about this, but is there ever, and I mean ever, been a team that you have seen not try like this Red Wings team is doing, or Red Wings organization is doing right now? It's absolutely insane. Other than to abuse yourself, I have no inclination as to why you would go to LCA to see the Red Wings play this season. Whatsoever. But as a fan, hell yeah, I'm fired up. I cannot think of another organization where baseball people are running a hockey franchise. But if they hire Sean Horkoff, if they hire Jeff Greenberg, after all of this, Chris Ilitch should be run out of town. Period. He should absolutely be ran out of town. Hey, by the way, somebody get a hold of Chris and tell me where that LED roof is. Remember when we were promised that in like 09? Let me check the year. Oh wait. 2026. Still ain't there. It makes me absolutely sick. And it's why I hate owners and why I stand with fans. Because to me, when you buy a team, you have a civic duty as an owner. Better yet, answer me this. Isn't it funny how times have changed? Think about this. That would have been, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? Sheila Ford Hamp, you know, the owner of the Lions, she talked. So why can't Chris? You think if Mike Ilitch was still alive, you think that Mike would skate? I mean, honestly, imagine that for a moment. If Mike Ilitch were alive, could you imagine what he would do? think Mike would miss a podium if he fired the legend in Steve Yzerman? Like, really think about that. And let's go back to the Lions thing real quick. Think about this too. The same owner who was here and who you will not convince me otherwise was not running the team at the time for her mother when this team went 0-16. She talked. So why can't Chris? The Lions, who have won nothing of value, not a Super Bowl, nothing, versus a storied franchise who has won multiple Stanley Cups. The owner can't talk, but yet the owner of the team, better yet, here's a better example. The same woman who kept Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn a year late has talked more than Chris Ilitch. Think about how nutty that is. Absolutely crazy. All right, so ESPN's Vincent Goodwill suggests there may be more tension behind the scenes. Detroit might not be out of the woods even if Jalen Duren resigns. The Pistons and Duren have already reached an uncomfortable point in contract negotiations where the big man is reportedly seeking around $40 million annually. While Detroit has been unwilling to meet that number. He, Vincent Goodwill, indicated that Duren may have heard things during negotiations that could seriously require some serious conversations once a deal is reached. And that's the problem. A new contract doesn't automatically erase hurt feelings. Hurt feelings. The guy wants $40 million a season. Hey Jalen, here's an idea. Don't get dog walked by Wendell Carter in the playoffs, and maybe you'll get $40 million a year. You bum. Dude tanked in the playoffs and wants to talk about her feelings. Oh, my feelings are hurt. Oh. If Duran feels Detroit doesn't value him the way he believes it should, that tension could carry into the season even if he ultimately puts pen to paper. Detroit needs its young center fully bought in. Otherwise, the contract saga could become a much bigger issue than just money. Here's an idea. Don't tank in the playoffs. Here's another idea. Don't get dog walked by Wendell Carter. How about we start there? And if Trajan had any balls to say that to Duran, then maybe we could have actually had a real offseason. Isn't it ironic that both teams that play at LCA had a wet fart noise of an off season? Kind of ironic. But the same dude who got dog walked in the playoffs wants $40 million a year, and quote, Duran may have heard things during negotiations that could require some serious conversations, close quote. Oh my. That's quite juicy. Like, that is hilarious. But I tell you, so now let's get to the Tigers. And this may surprise some people because honestly, I'm going to take the fan perspective out of it. The division thing I never thought was serious to begin with. Especially given the White Sox series. But on top of that, there's been, you know, some things happen. But here's the thing. They climbed up in the division race, and then they fell back down again, as they are now 4th in the division again. And 5 games out of the division. And I'm kind of done with the roller coaster ride ordeal, because that's what this is going to be, as they will take on the Royals starting tomorrow, I believe. Yes, tomorrow at 8:10. But the point is that I would highly suggest that you buckle up, because that's exactly what is going to happen, is that there is going to be a roller coaster ride of sorts, because of the fact they play the Royals, the Rays, and the Dodgers. And the thing is that they'll win a couple of games, and everybody will have, their boner party and be ready to crown this team again. And then they'll lose a couple of games, and everybody will be sad again. I've left that alone. However, let's be clear about one thing. You can't count them out yet, because I believe it's only a game out of the wild card. So you can't really say, well, they're done, season's over, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's where we get to what happened on yesterday's game. And that one was for the haters. Oh, good old Kenley Jansen. Good old Kenley. He's a bum. I hated that signing from the start. And now the dude has got as many blown saves as the Tigers do from 2022 to present day. They had a day game and they played against the Pirates. And of course, it was shake your ass season. Because of Monday they win 8-5, Tuesday they lose 4-1, and then yesterday they lose 4-3. Your bullpen implodes again. 28 blown saves. And your savior, that everybody told me he was, in good old Kenley Jansen, comes in and decides, I'm going to give up 2 home runs. And that is exactly what he did. He gives up 2 home runs in the bottom of the 9th. And you just hate to see it. The dude is washed. The dude is a bum. And very, very simply, it was gorgeous to watch. It was amazing to watch because of all the people I work with and all the people who shined their chandelier over that signing. 28 blown saves. And you just hate to see it. But very simply, as far as the division goes, yeah, you can count them out of that. But the wild card? No, I wouldn't count them out just yet. But as far as it goes with the Tigers, I've moved on to football season. I'm ready for next month. And let's go. That's where I'm at. So basically, here is my thought on the next couple of episodes. Basically, what I want to try and do is I want to try and get to, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say 4 for right now. Try and get 4 episodes deep on this. And then we can move to another series. And then basically, we will get through a couple of episodes on that series. We'll fall back to here because my hope is that by that time we'll be into harvest. We can then get into harvest season and go through that, and then we can start working more on the other series and then go from there. But basically, what I do want to do is obviously with us being into May now, we do need to spray. So there is probably going to be a spray episode. I do want to get a farmhand episode going along with a shop series episode going as well. Basically, I was told by the Macy's that I will not be able to see the ranch until harvest season. So that's all fine and well. So once we do get into harvest season, we will be down at the ranch and all that as well. Once we get to that. The other thing is I think I can make more money by doing the dried corn. So I think I'm going to harvest the corn we planted down at Grandpa's first for this year, dry it all out and get some money that way. And then we can start doing silage and stuff like that. So that is the game plan for right now. Obviously, with helping Evan, this will be a couple episodes because of having to cut all this, rake it, bale it, all that good stuff. I am going to try to get on. I know I'm on until 10 tomorrow, so I'm going to try to be on tomorrow. If not, I'm going to try and get in an episode during the weekend, and then we will go from there, and we will get into next week. Basically, what I am trying to do is I am still trying to stick to the original plan of, hey, you know what, let's just go every day the best we can, and if we can, let's do it. If not, then, obviously update you guys, let you guys know the deal, and then we can go from there. Obviously, with being short-staffed at work and everything going on with the kids and everything else as of late, I have slowed down significantly. So I do hope in the long run you guys do understand that life happens. But please know, on top of that, I am trying to get back to you guys. I have a whiteboard full of ideas. I have just so many different ideas of stuff to talk about and stuff to make episodes on. It just takes time while trying to get all of the information. So that is the main deal there. But obviously, with baseball season coming to a close and football season getting ready to start and all that, hours are picking up. So, but with all that said, I am still going to try and do my best to put out content for you guys because, as I've said many of times, FS doesn't stop, and sports doesn't stop either. So I am going to get back to this as soon as I can. But obviously, my job and parenting comes first. So, so that will be the drill once we get to the weekend. Um, there's a CBS article I want to get to. I thought they had an interesting selection um, regarding who's on the hot seat for the Lions, because I can think of quite a few different people um, before this guy, but I do want to hear from the people on it. Um, and then obviously we'll really start switching gears from summertime to fall time and getting everything set up for football season, and obviously doing our Friday stuff where basically during football season you guys will be getting double streams with obviously the prop bet casino and um, the picks, and then obviously um, once we see the game and all that, we'll get on during basically Sunday night and talk about what happened and go from there. So that will be the drill. But as far as that goes, we do have some plans to switch some things up. Um, I saw that there is a new map out there that I want to take a look at, see if maybe we can do like a survival type series on there, something like that. Um, I know there's the new Iowa map that I want to check out. And plus, like I've said before, obviously this series means, obviously quite a bit to me, because of everybody that's involved with it, but at the same time, I know I need to diversify some things and obviously do that. So we will. But obviously, you know, bear with me, and we'll get this thing going again, and we will go from there. So. But as far as tomorrow goes, as I always mention, be watching out for a post. I will make a post regarding if I can stream or not. And then obviously, I will go ahead and update you guys on when we can stream again. And then obviously, we can go from there. Um, and get that taken care of as well. All right, y'all. So I am going to finish cutting this. And as I said, once we get into probably later this month, in game time, you guys will probably see this slaughter again, probably down at Grandpa's. Um, so we can do some haying down there as well. Um, I know we got a spray as well, so we'll see what we can do as far as that goes. But that is going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, drop a like, drop a comment. Appreciate y'all as always. You guys are the real MVPs. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Later.